to the delete key. A real writer knows when to hit the delete key. I've had my coffee, so I'm ready to talk about stuff. I am incredibly tired today, but for some reason, it brought back a memory that I had when I felt a similar state of tiredness. And I want to call that one of my defining moments in my life. I was 27, 6, somewhere around 26 or 27-ish. And I was working in San Antonio, and I was selling dinosaurs. Yes, dinosaurs. This was a time when PCs were really coming into being. That's how old I am, and kind of dated myself just then. But I was selling monitors that would go on a wheel writer because I was working for a company that sold IBM products. So one of my jobs was to go replace boards, like memory boards, to boost more memory in the IBM wheel writer typewriters. So I had another job of hauling around this huge, heavy monitor. This thing probably weighed 20 pounds, if even. Not more, and it was in a box, but it was in a box with like a cardboard thing and I had to haul this thing around on a cart. So one of the things I had done previously was work in retail. So I had this really sharp navy blue suit that I just looked awesome in. It looks like I could sell anything, right? Because I wore the suit. So I got a call to go to this big company in San Antonio, and I left early because I'm one of these like SpongeBob people where I don't want to be late for being early. So I went to this location. Couldn't find it, first of all. When I finally found it, couldn't find a place to park. And if you've ever been in downtown San Antonio, it's like one way. And so by the time I actually got to my car, still not late, by the way, but just not early, I managed to get my stuff, which was an effort, and haul it all in. And I spent, I know, 4 hours, if not 5 hours in that office that day, either hooking up, putting in these boards in these different wheel writer typewriters. I think it was a 10 that had the upgrades, and hooking up this monitor so that I could demonstrate how you could use it. However, this was during a time when people were buying PCs. So when I say I was selling dinosaurs, I literally was, because this was something so outdated. But people would still sometimes get them for like a secretary or whatever who was just doing word processing. It was more functional for them than it was for like a real PC. So, but it was like a difference between a $500 monitor or a maybe $1,000, $1,500 little computer PC. So I had been there like most of the day, and I was exhausted because it was one of those days where you would do a demonstration, to people, and they go, oh, well, we want so-and-so to see this. And so you did another one. I see like 3 demonstrations on how all this worked. And then by the time after spending most of my day there, they said, oh, well, we'll get back to you if we want one. And I was just so mad, and I was so tired. Plus, everyone had kind of gone out to eat lunch and had come back, and I had not planned on being there that long, so I didn't have any plans for lunch. So they all left, and I had like Dr. Pepper and Cheetos or something out of a vending machine. I felt horrible. No, it's nothing against those 2 items. It was just not a good, healthy lunch, if you know what I mean. So I get in the elevator with my, dinosaur, and I'm just like about to cry. Kid you not, about to just bawl. And I'm trying to keep it together until I get into the car. I'm just, But a man gets on the elevator with me on that floor, and he rides down. It's a pretty big building. So we're riding down, and he looked at me and he goes, what you got there? And I told him what it was with my best elevator pitch. Oh, Wilson, And he goes, oh, have you been up in my company? Were you there today? And I said, yeah. He goes, oh, you're doing, oh, okay, I know you are. And I was like, okay. He goes, well, you okay? And I said, well, I'm just tired. And at this point, I'm just ready to start bawling. He's an older man, and he's not very tall. I have on my killer heels, so he's probably about the same height that I am, and older, and kind of cute. So anyway, he says, like kind of fatherly, like, are you okay? And I was just like, I just hate doing this. And I just like lost it, And the man gives me his card, and he's a president of this company. And he says, if you want a job, then you just come on over and, come interview. Come on, and we'll find you a place to work. That was my moment. I held that card in my hand, and I said, I could just do really great things with my life, or I could just stick with the status quo that I'm comfortable with, because I didn't know where this card was going to take me. So between taking the red pill and the blue pill, I probably took the wrong pill. Yeah, I stuck with the status quo and in what was comfortable, and I did that for only a few more weeks. And then I said, you know what? I really should have done the other thing. I needed something different in my life, and so I quit my job and I came back to college and did all this other stuff. Met my husband. Blah blah blah. I had that moment, and I just think back to that person, me, that was in that elevator in my really nice clothes and dragging around a dinosaur, and this man who handed me this opportunity to just change my life, and I didn't. I just so foolishly stuck to the status quo of what I was comfortable with versus taking that leap. And I'm glad for a lot of the choices I made, but wow, what if? So that's the character that I can write about. I really love these characters who are at that stage in their life. And I think that's why I write a lot of older characters, because you've been kind of given so much time and to do it right, and you're still messed it up. But when you realize you're getting it right this time, you're doing the right thing, and it still blows up in your face, there's that too. All those challenges, that's what keeps it interesting. So I want you to all kind of embrace this writer's challenge. I know I'm just getting started with this channel, and I don't have any followers, but as they grow, I hope people do come back to this video and they hear this and they post a little something about those turning points in their life, when that moment when it got really interesting in your life, and you could have either taken the red pill or the blue pill, and what choice did you make, and what does that person that you were, how can you put that into a character and make your character, or a whole story as far as that goes, make your character really rock? Well, anyway, that's my interesting story for the day, and that is a story that always inspires me when I'm trying to think of what my character's soul is like, what motivates them, and it's those moments of, should I do this or should I do that? Thanks for watching. And don't forget, a real writer knows when to hit the delete key. Bye!